The gobsmacked face of Edward Carnby greets us as he is trying to figure out what's going on. He doesn't like any bit of what's been happening. And he just has a lot to work through. Maybe repairing the boiler might help.
Saw your notice in the boiler room. You should know Mr. Chance won't be coming back. I got no business being in there myself, but you can take a valve from the wine cellar if you want to try to stop the steam pouring out. Be careful.
All right, so yeah, we want to stop that steam. We want to get into the wine cellar to take a valve. And once again, you know it's a survival horror game when a valve wheel shows up. Broken plates.
Paul, you're right about the plates on the boiler and the clock. They have been sabotaged, and I think I know who did it. They have something to do with Jeremy's episodes and how he seems to disappear at night. Right now, it's important that you keep an eye out for any of the pieces. I want to find out if I can repair the plates. Let me know if you find any of them. Lottie.
Tell Lottie to take a look at the well in the kitchen garden.
The well in the kitchen garden. Something about dosage. Make sure to double check dosages before adding notes to the records. Upcoming appointments. Room key number 6. That is a key, if I've ever seen one. Staff and patient directory.
Dr. Elmore Lee Gray is Derceto's chief doctor. Accounting and all administrative work is handled by me, Paul Waits. Magdalena Thompson, or Mags, is responsible for the household. Jean-Baptiste and Charlotte Tabois are responsible for keeping the guests' medical regimens in check. Finally, Jack Chance is our gardener, who can occasionally be seen in the conservatory, but is for the most part busy outside. There are currently 6 guests at Derceto. Malcolm McCarthy and Ruth Tallant reside on the first floor. Jeremy Hartwood, Elisabetta Perosi, Grace Saunders, and of course, Cassandra Beauregard live on the second floor.
All right, so we got key number 6. I guess we're going to be able to go into Elisabetta's room. And this little office here was where the demo ended, where Grace got by a monster. But I mean, Grace is fine now. All just a misunderstanding. We saw Grace earlier. She's fine. Rorschach. This is part of When It Makes You Worse. Don't know what we're going to get when we complete any of these collections, but we'll see.
There's no way I can get into this thing. Better leave it alone.
I don't have a combination. Unless maybe the talisman could give us the combination. 3 numbers, you say? Maybe later. Can I look at this one?
There's no way I can get into this thing. Better leave it alone.
I want to look at that, the records. There we go. Patient files. Yep.
Cassandra Beauregard, the beloved author. Very exciting, isn't it? What do you want to put down for reason for admission?
What her agent told us. Cassandra suffers from writer's block and needs to finish her moving picture script before the end of June. Mr. Chardot suggests Cassandra's heavy use of barbiturates is holding her back and risks ruining her career.
And how should we summarize her personal history?
Let's keep it short. Cassandra Beauregard is a beloved crime author who managed to pull herself out of poverty and into stardom. 5 years ago, she tried killing herself by jumping off a balcony. The incident left her a cripple and now relies heavily on her wheelchair.
And for diagnostic impressions?
Cassandra suffers chronic back pain following her suicide attempt. She self-administers morphine to keep herself ambulant, but has become addicted and the desired effect is now lost. The drug abuse clouds her mind, and she is unable to focus on real life. To save herself from this insight, she instead makes up stories to fill out the gaps in her own thought process, resembling the Korsakoff syndrome.
Oh, bravo, Doctor. How will you treat her?
First of all, she needs to be weaned from her drug addiction, and hopefully it will resolve her compulsive lying. Then look into permanently numbing her pain in her back through surgery. Finally, deal with her suicidal thoughts.
Fantastic. With such a short time before June, I really hope she gets better soon.
We will do what we can.
Grace Saunders, 11 years old. Reason for admission?
The mother insists on strict supervision by a proper gentleman to avoid further perversion of Grace's adolescence.
Personal history?
Grace's family possesses modest wealth and status. Her childhood seems ordinary, spending most of her time with private teachers and family friends. Grace's father recently passed away, leaving her mother the sole caregiver.
And diagnostic impressions?
Grace has trouble dealing with her father's death. She is willingly suppressing her feelings on the matter and isn't properly acknowledging the trauma she suffered.
Any planned treatment?
Grace needs nothing out of the ordinary. She simply needs parental guidance. Eventually, we can work on her feelings toward her father.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll finish the paperwork and get her installed.
All right, so Grace is just here because her mother doesn't like the perversions of, I don't know, modern life. Gotta get Grace away from all the perversions. So the doctor's job here is to raise a child? I guess the family must be paying him well. Doesn't seem like it's in the job description. I don't know. Yeah, sure. I'll raise your daughter, I guess. You'll pay me money to do that. I guess that's what we're doing here.
Malcolm McCarthy, 54 years of age. Reason for admission?
McCarthy admitted himself to Derceto, stating simply that he needs some damn rest.
And personal history?
McCarthy claims he used to work as a lawyer in Baton Rouge, but says he can't go into details because of some legal dispute. His background remains largely a mystery, except for the occasional clue that he drops in conversation.
Huh. And diagnostic impressions?
McCarthy is an anxious man and an alcoholic. He often tells half-truths due to some deep-seated inability to trust other people.
And how will you treat that?
McCarthy will take some time to open up. Spending time with Jack's dog or the child should be good for him. Their harmless nature will help build his sense of trust.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right, well, we saw him a little bit earlier. I guess he's a compulsive liar?
Elisabetta Perosi, 33 years old? What should I put down as reason for admission?
Well, Perosi broke into Derceto and was found wandering the grand parlor. She was confused and suffered partial amnesia. She insisted she belonged here and offered to pay for her stay.
Right. What do you make of her story?
Perosi claims to have been a member of the Astarte artist colony some 20 years ago, a claim that seems contrafactual due to her young age. She looks to be and even thinks she is 33 years of age. That would make her a child at the time. It seems fair to say that Perosi's story is untrue, deliberately so or not.
Diagnostic impressions? Do you have anything?
Perosi's story is peculiar because she retracted her story about the artist colony. She no longer claims to be the same person as Elisabetta Perosi. However, my staff's research has confirmed there was a Perosi at that time who was in her early 30s.
I suppose this case will take some time to investigate. How will you go about it?
I wanted to contact the real Perosi, but it seems the whole colony disappeared one night. September 29th, 1915, during a hurricane. I will have to take it slow and figure out what this spell of impersonation could have been.
Oh, I'm sure it will all clear up eventually. Thank you, Doctor. Ruth Talon, 29 years of age. Reason for admission?
Ruth's father wishes that his daughter be removed from New Orleans nightlife for the foreseeable future. He fears that her overly free spirit is tarnishing the family's reputation.
Sounds simple enough. Personal history?
Ruth comes from considerable wealth. Her family owns several hotels and restaurants. Unlike the rest of the family, her sense of adventure has taken her around the world, including France during the Great War as a photojournalist. The last decade, she has provoked many rumors of being a debauched flapper, bordering on nymphomania.
And diagnostic impressions?
Despite her father's frivolous reasons for her to be admitted, Ruth does seem to provide an interesting case. She is refreshingly open and doesn't shy away from talking about her life during the war or her continuous celebration after returning to the States. She is admittedly a sexual deviant and feels no remorse.
And her treatment plan?
Simply staying at Derceto should do wonders for Ruth. If not, at least for her family's reputation. Ruth doesn't need to change, but with therapy I might be able to share with her some sympathy towards her family. I doubt she will settle down and become as dull as the rest of them, but at least she might try to be more discreet in the future.
And Ruth, we all love a sexual deviant, but you gotta keep it a little more secret. You're embarrassing your parents, so they had you checked in here, which seems a little extreme. Just keep it a little quieter in the future, maybe.
Looks like all the patients are accounted for, except for Jeremy.
All right, yeah, Jeremy didn't have a file there. Well, we know why Jeremy came here, but why is there no file?
I need the key.
I guess we don't have the key yet? No. Not for that room. That's the doctor's office, I think. Yeah, Dr. Gray's office. Obviously, we don't have his key. All right, we did get the key to room 6. So I guess probably we should be heading there. Right? The clock's chiming. Oh. Let's see. Looks like the sun is going down. It's not completely dark yet. It was night when we were outside in the streets, but it looks like here there is still some daylight. For a little bit left anyway.
Oh.
Yeah? Is that... Any comments, Carnby? Huh.
It's stained. Looks like some kind of rot. This must be the clock that Jeremy wrote about in the commonplace book.
Well, it does not see... Oh, there's like a thing on the inside. Astronomical clock.
The talisman in the seance room. But it's broken and missing some pieces.
Yeah, gotta find those pieces.
Yeah, sorry, Detective. Didn't mean to obstruct justice or anything.
That's fine.
I'm kind of busy with my own case of a missing person. I was wondering if you've seen Grace, a girl about yay high.
I can't say that I have. Why are you asking?
Well, I'm looking for her.
Is she in trouble?
No. She's just hiding somewhere. We can't have a rascal like that running around unchecked. A time like this, you understand?
Well, I haven't seen her.
Well, let me know if you find her. I'll be around. I'll keep an eye out for your man, Jeremy. You scratch my back, Detective, and I'll scratch yours.
Wow, he's even drunker than me. Like, even Carnby doesn't just carry the bottle around in his hand all the time. Oh, by the way.
McCarthy reminded Detective Carnby of an old barfly he used to know. He detested him. There was no getting around it. McCarthy was going to have a hard time getting on his good side.
Oh, I didn't know we had, like, voiced entries for recent things happening.
While Detective Carnby was grateful to be back at Derceto, he was eager to test his hypothesis. After having suffered through that sinister world, dressed as the French Quarter, Jeremy's writing could be read much more literally. What if Jeremy used his talisman to actually visit those places he mentioned in the book? Carnby felt certain that this was the answer. He wouldn't find Jeremy hiding inside Derceto. He would be in one of those other worlds. And to follow in his steps, Carnby would have to investigate the old clock and the boiler and find out what part they played.
Oops.
If it wasn't for the collection of peculiar statues, the old astronomical clock would draw every eye in the room. To Carnby, it wasn't the intricate clockwork that stood out, but the odd-looking plate on the inside. It reminded him of the ritual bench in Miss Jackson's seance room, where he had manipulated the talisman to open a door back to Derceto. He wanted to try to replicate the procedure, but found that the inner part of the plate was broken. He would have to find the missing pieces and put the plate back together.
Right. We did just establish that. You got to find them pieces. Okay, so we have 3 entries. I guess if I had looked at this in chapter 1, there would have been more of these. And okay, the rooms we're standing in front of Jeremy Hartwood's room. There's Batiste's, there's Perosi's, there's the mezzanine, then a hallway that leads to stairs and Dr. Gray's apartment. All right, let's see if anything's open.
Looks like everything's back to normal here.
Okay, yeah, we did search Jeremy's room. Is there anything else to... Oh, yeah, we never found the key to that. Emily is here. What a nice drawing.
Emily is here.
Sure is.
Emily is here. Emily is here.
Emily is here. See? She's right there. Oh, so now we actually do have a reflection in this one. Actually, no, that's... The low-res filter is not on the reflection. That's just, like, the regular resolution of the model. That's like the opposite of how it was in Deadly Premonition, where York's reflection, for some reason, was pixelated. This time it's the other way around. I'm glad everyone just leaves their rooms unlocked. Amazing stories! And a core of an apple. Probably should throw that one away. Well, someone likes boxing. It's Batiste's room, so Batiste in particular likes boxing. Not very, not a lot of decorations. Weird Tales, the unique magazine. The Devil Plant! Oh, we're getting the fountain pen. Okay, for Lost Children, we have the rubber stamp, we have the fountain pen, and that does look like a dog collar for the 3rd one. Maybe that'll be the first set we get. Okay, so this mirror is like the other one that we saw, where it's not really a reflection. Weird that that one in Jeremy's room had an actual reflection. A better reflection than how we actually look. This is blocked. Why is this blocked? That's the mezzanine. Here we go. What if someone was in here? Hey! I locked that! This is my room! I'm changing in here. Yeah, sorry. They were Carnby. So this is Perosi's room. I must return.
I did it! I crossed the thresholds to my intended destination without a focusing device. My talisman now knows these roads, and I have no need for the plates. I can find my way to Lafayette as easy as I find my own room. I visited the grave of my father and seen the oven waiting for me. Thank you for opening these doors. I now must summon my courage and go back to that hateful mound outside the oil rig. I hope you'll be feeling better when I return.
All right, Jeremy's psyched. His talisman can now teleport him around with no problems. Just go wherever he wants. Oh. James McMahon.
These paintings got some grim-looking rot on them.
William Arges. Franklin Mosig. Brian Gumfrey. Philippe J. Curtis. Nora Keith. Is there anything I can do with... It seems like the only thing I can do with them is actually just flip them around. I don't think I can move them. Or at least not yet. Well, I mean, I guess I can just make this line go all the way across. It's like The Witness. Just make the line go all the way across. But we got a sound. And I can't interact with them anymore. Can I open that? Doesn't seem like it. All right, I guess this did something. We'll just have to wait to see what it did. Well, here are the people.
Artist colony. I remember hearing about their disappearance. Must have been 15 years or more now.
Well, that might be a talisman thing that we need. It just might be.
Will I need to remember how to get them out again? They are locked up for good reason. I am sure she is still able to whisper the answer in the ears of the wrong people. But not for long. I will see her burned soon enough. That black goat will be sacrificed to put an end to it all. Then it will all be over. No more Derceto, and sadly, no Astarte. Those good pirates of Pontchartrain. May you still sail the lake until you find the shores of Hali.
It seems like there may be some residents of Derceto who might be here for reasons other than convalescence.
What are these symbols? Looks like alchemy or star constellations.
Ah, yes. Oh, wow. What? Well, this mirror does this thing. That's weird. It's a weird thing. Why do the mirrors work like this? All right, well, okay, let's take a look at our symbols. All right, so we have symbols. Oh, 1, 11, and 10. All right, hold on. So we got 1, which is Aquarius. Then we got 11, which is Sagittarius. 10, which is Scorpio. No, these are not those symbols. Let's see. See, so what do we have on that combination lock? I did see Leo on there. I think we saw Pisces on there. I think we saw Gemini. I think we saw Libra. No, not that. Taurus is on there. And that last one is what? Aries? So do we have 6 symbols on there? None of them are Aquarius, Sagittarius, or Scorpio. Okay, so here... see which names are exposed after solving this. We have William Argus. We have Franklin Mussig. We have Nora Keith. So over here, William Argus is 2. Mosig is 9. And Nora Keith is 4. Okay, so on here, 2 would be Pisces. 9 would be Libra. 4 would be Taurus. So on here, Pisces is like an H. Kind of looks like a curvy H. Libra is like an omega symbol, kind of. And Taurus is just like a circle with horns. Circle with horns. Okay. So Pisces, we're looking for that H. Yeah, okay, that's a curvy H. Then Omega for Libra, then Taurus is the circle with horns. There we go.
Got it.
And the broken plate. How about that? Piece of a larger decorative plate. Dark and burnt quality. So did Perosi do that? Look at my reflection right now. Some supernatural stuff is happening right now, here in Derceto. This is the most supernatural thing I've seen here. How is this possible? Tiny Carnby. Why did the mirror change? It's a neat puzzle, but did she set it up like this? Seems kind of a... I mean, maybe it was just like a project she did on in her spare time. She really wanted to lock away that piece of plate.
Huh?
Well, well. Things seem a little strange here in Derceto. It's all slimy. You're gonna get mold like this. I mean, you gotta clean that up right away. Okay, good, they did. Oh, do we have comments on that?
Detective Carnby had a hard time understanding what had happened. It did feel similar to when he was pulled into the French Quarter, but with less power and purpose. Did he cause this? Or was it something else?
What happened? Everything's normal again? Right.
Seems so. Solve that padlock and everything turns into a swamp. But it was just a temporary swamp. Alright. Put that in. And, okay, I guess we do need the final piece. Before we can do anything with that. Like, she really should, like, look at me or something. Just for, like, a second.
I need the key.
I need that key. I don't have a key for it. Alright, let's see. Was there... No, not that. This. Alright, I guess I did not try to go into all those doors on the right. Right, that one we can't do. Right, that one's blocked. This one also. Okay, so never mind. Those doors are off limits. And, like, one of those doors technically doesn't exist because there's chairs in front of it. Jeremy's room is pink and not blue. Did we miss something in there? Or is it something that we can do now, or maybe not yet? Oh, right. We didn't find the key for this. So, yeah. Something is in here, but we can't get it yet. Like, we could go to Lottie's room. Seems like that's available. Thank you for letting me know about sprinting. Can we, like, jump from this? Well, I can't seem to interact with that ladder. I guess it's just too far away. No. Keep doing that. Want to do this. Lottie, you in here? Oh, right. She has the medicine box. And we do not have the key to that. It was suggested that maybe Grace has the key to that. Keep doing that. The reason I keep doing that is because you tap the touchpad to bring up the inventory. You hold the touchpad to bring up the map. We still don't have... okay, one of our keys was to this. We had 3 keys on that. How many keys do we have left on that? Can we take a look at the keys that we have? I don't know if we can see our keys. Lost Plantations of Louisiana.
Lost Plantations of Louisiana. Thierry Briclot, 1917. Derceto was a small plantation on the eastern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. The land was considered difficult for industry and was sold for only $30 to Elijah Pickford in 1818. Pickford employed hundreds of workers from nearby New Orleans to clear the woods and build a small plantation mansion facing the lake with a striking Greek Revival temple facade. Derceto kept a modest production of barrique tobacco and indigo that persisted up till the Civil War. During the antebellum era, Derceto was the source of many rumors concerning voodoo and witchcraft. People who traveled the lake reported seeing people dance at night in front of bonfires, bleating and wailing. On June 17, 1862, Captain J.W. Norton of the Union Army recounts leading a raiding party from ships anchored in Lake Pontchartrain in order to seize control of Derceto and free the slaves working there. The captain was surprised to find the workers fighting back with unprecedented zeal. Norton's account describes these men and women as enraged with fanaticism. Pickford reportedly tried to placate the raiders, but was shot in the confusion. Captain Norton left the mansion burning and retreated to his ships with his men. Derceto was left in ruins for several decades. The ownership of the land was long disputed and returned to the Ledoux family in 1901. Several police reports were filed during the following years as the Ledoux tried to get rid of a camp of squatters on their land. The police made several visits to remove the trespassers,
But the people kept returning. On November 1st, 1907, Inspector Legras of the police charged a deadly attack in order to save several children kidnapped by the squatters. Many were killed, and even more were jailed. The following year, Ledoux rebuilt Derceto, incorporating the surviving stone foundation and adding a magnificent wrought iron conservatory. The farmland had been reclaimed by the surrounding woods, so it was no longer profitable to use as a plantation. Instead, the house was turned into an artist's colony. The Astarte Artist Colony was a successful group of artists, including figures such as painter Heinrich Cassel and poet Nora Keith. The group was also known for their beloved Mardi Gras crew called the Pirates of Pontchartrain. On September 29, 1915, a tropical hurricane tore through Louisiana, causing Lake Pontchartrain to flood New Orleans. Due to the remote location of Derceto, it took almost 2 weeks for outsiders to learn that the artist's colony was abandoned. The 12 residing artists had all vanished without a trace. The empty mansion of Derceto still stands on the shore of Lake Pontchartrain, with much of its temple facade intact. The Ledoux family currently has no intention of repairing the house.
All right, then I guess this is before it became the facility that it is now, run by the doctor. It seems like it's in pretty good condition now. Most of it, anyway. And in the original Alone in the Dark, you do get one of the books you find is an account by the Union Army general who visited Derceto, that resulted in the burning down of the house. Like, what we're reading here is a third-party account. Ooh, he says. But apparently not ooh enough to break it. Well, I believe it did say if I got one of those collections that it would unlock this. I don't know if that's the only way of doing it. Maybe we could look at that now. Yeah, Lost Children unlocks the shotgun cabinet. So I do have 2 out of 3 of those. So if I find that dog collar, I guess I can open up the cabinet. Oh no! It's on fire, and the floor is oil. Now we know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that it's a survival horror game. All right, cut that bolt. Okay, there we go. Agent Cutter's...
What the hell is going on?
Agent Cutter's coming to the rescue once again. As it has many times before. Okay, we're back here, so that unlocked that door. This one would still be locked, though. Have we been to the other side of this? Leads to library. I mean, library is blue. Small parlor is still pink, though. Why did we come back out here? Is there anything different about this now? We've not been in the drawing room.
It's wedged shut.
And okay, we cannot use the bolt cutter on that. Need to find something that we can use to wiggle that loose, I suppose. Alright, so what else is in here? Oh, the gun, right. The gun. See, conservatory is blue, kitchen garden is pink. Alright, there was the thing down here. Oh, it's broke. Find the way to get that inside the well. Garden hose. Don't have what I need for garden hose. Well, we know what that is now. We know what we need it for. But how do we get it? Mummified cat. As you'll find, you know? That goes under Beast of Burden. It goes to... It lends itself to my forbidden knowledge. So far, I mean, it doesn't seem like these items have been too hard to find, but I wonder if there are any, like, real hidden ones. I mean, if there are, I wouldn't have known. Like, are there any ones that they just really want it to be a problem for you to find, so it's not too easy to get everything? Alright, so we unlocked a shortcut right there, so we can get back up there. Oh, there's something right here. Oh, right. And Agent Cutters can help us out with this one.
Got it.
Water hose. Water hose. Still surprisingly light. I thought the sun would have gone down a bit more by now. Water hose. Down you go. Alright, I guess we need to... Where's that start? Does that go, like, into the kitchen, maybe? That hose just kind of vanishes. Oh. Comes out here. There we go. Alright, we got the plate. That should be our last piece of plate. All right.
I think I've seen this somewhere.
We have seen that. Like those crack lines. Okay, so what do? We can pick them up. Can we rotate or anything? We can rotate. All right, so we have seen this. There's a picture at the end of this with the cracks, right? All right, so let's see. There's... You know, it occurs to me I probably should have gotten like a pencil and paper so I could just do a quick sketch of what I'm seeing here. Oh, well, the center one, I don't think we can interact with the center one. Like that does make it a lot easier if that's the case. Well, nothing happened, but this looks like they line up. Oh, unless the ones that don't have lines on them. Maybe they're not lined up. So that one looks like it's lined up. What about these two? Well, still, didn't happen.
There was something in the commonplace book about that.
No, we saw it. We saw the drawing. Does that look better? Maybe it looks a little better. Oh, there's like a little bit of gold on this one.
I think the clock broke. Or maybe it just stopped at a very precise place. Huh.
All right, so now we have this on that. So I guess we need 3 numbers. Which I guess are here. All right. So we have 3. We have 6. Well, I guess I should do it in order of size. 3, 4, 6. And there are, on the largest, so there are other symbols. Like on the middle one, it does have the moon phases. All right, was that one?
There's a picture in the black glass. It's showing me something. It's the hallway outside Jeremy's room.
Oh, by the way, have we gotten any... no updates to our inner thoughts. Well, now we really are in the dark. Whose room is this? Well, my map is of no use here.
Huh. I made it. I entered another one of Jeremy's memories.
Oh, we need to go into the hateful mound.
Ugh.
I mean, you know how it is. Sometimes you just have to head to the hateful mound. No one wants to do it. Sometimes you just have to.
May 1923. Monday. All okay. Ready for delivery. Maintenance. Oil pump must be serviced. Any tampering causes large spills unless properly forestalled. Tuesday. Shipment delayed but delivered. Maintenance. Service bridge close to broken. Wednesday. Prospectors reluctantly agreed to show the burial mound to Mr. Hotwood, a painter, who read about our finds in the papers. He means to return tomorrow and try to find a way inside. Thursday. Mr. Hotwood's efforts delayed. The workers seemed nervous about his presence. Hotwood promised not to return to the compound. Instead, he has taken up an offer by L'Officier, the riverboat captain, who means to pilot him to the site tomorrow morning. Hopefully that's the end, and work can resume. Maintenance. Bridge from the oil tower to the bayou has collapsed. Sabotage suspected.
This is the devil that guides us now.
Wow, something serious happened on Saturday, clearly.
I need the key.
He needs that key. Guess I can't walk up on that. Oh, got it. Items may be thrown at enemies.
Locked.
Perhaps fishmen are on the scene? We got that key. Really getting inside of Carnby now. Getting in his head. Learning what makes the man tick. What makes him tick is alcohol. Oh, I've used my booze. Gulp, gulp, gulp. I feel it's not accurate that Carnby could only be carrying 5 bottles of booze. I think that he's willing and able to carry a lot more than that. Yep. I mean, they're not. I don't know if they're fishmen, but they're men standing in a swamp. It's close enough. All right. No, it's not a valve handle.
Got it.
It's not really a crank, but it's close. It's adjacent. Yeah, that's a monster. That's a monster if I've ever seen one.
It worked.
Alright, we got a pipe. We know, though, they don't last forever. But at the very least, it can save us from using ammo. But then again, I am full up on bullets. I'm also full on drink. I guess that doesn't work. It feels like it should work. Oh, right. Those stairs are out. Oh, Carnby. There's a reload, I wonder. Just pressing buttons while I hold this out. There we go. Square. It's square. Ah, yes. An item to distract. So I kind of succeeded at distracting once. If I let go, am I just going to throw this automatically? Yes. I assume at some point stealth will be important, considering it's letting me know, hey, you can use this item. You can use items to distract enemies. Don't forget you can do that now. Oh. Well, okay, I'm putting my pipe down and taking this shovel. Shovel's better than pipe every time. I'm gonna say. Because shovel, is, in addition to being a weapon, is also a functional tool. Alright, well, we already checked this out. Oh, I can replace shovel with ore. We're getting all kinds of melee weapons. Oh, there's also hatchet. Getting bunches. Getting bunches. Hey, don't forget you can throw these to distract enemies. Consider yourself distracted. Well, they don't have skin. They got a lot of meat. Got a lot of packed meat inside like a viney exterior. Didn't seem like there was anything important in there. Huh? Huh. A lot of things we can, like, look at, like, pull out, and there's just nothing there. Don't know if where you shoot them matters. Like, do headshots do any additional damage? Don't know at this point. Oh, I got a thing. This is part of the Beast of Burden collection, so 2 out of 3 completed. We have it. That's right. We have seen that we can sneak, but it hasn't come up really. That's a distractible, probably. That item? Yep. Throw loose items at enemies. Distracted. Wow, that was a big distraction. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Ah. They coming? Oh, they coming. Well, one coming. Hold on. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Ah. Maybe a little more. That's right. How you like getting distracted? Alright, there was no, like, balancing mini-game when we did that. Can never be sure. I mean, that's not really something that a lot of modern games do. But, you know, we haven't played many... We play a lot of older horror games that love to just say, how about a little, like, balance beam mini-game?
Now what?
Yeah, now what, Carnby? Why did we come here? I got some tough cloth. It was all worth it. Carnby, it kind of seems like that's the only thing that's up here. Oh. Well, I mean...
Carnby, can you rather fall to your death than go up in flames?
Well, obviously we have to leave this tower in the most badass way. Okay, we used the tough cloth for the wire. The regular model for Carnby would be wearing a hat, if you're wondering what that gesture is. He's keeping his hat on. Original Carnby, of course, did not wear a hat. So there is no low poly equivalent of David Harbour's hat. We're ruining our nice suit. He only has the one. Oh.
What was that?
Can we distract it? Oh, it's blind. Is this where sneaking is gonna come in? Let's see. So we can press triangle to sneak. Be very quiet.
It's the hateful mound Jeremy talked about in his book.
Carnby, be quiet. This mound, so hateful.
Don't come any closer. I'm armed.
Get that thing out of my face.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm just a detective trying to find something called Teruea.
You after Jeremy too? Why?
I'm working for his niece. She wants to make sure he's alright.
He might be unharmed, but far from all right. He's a curse upon Derceto.
Here we go again.
Quiet.
Oh, Christ in heaven.
Well, what did Carnby think about that?
It was a bust. The oil rig and the hateful mound led him nowhere closer to finding Jeremy. Carnby was sure he had struck gold when he found Jeremy's bag, but it was just a trap set by Lottie, another of Derceto's orderlies. Things got out of hand real quick, but somehow Carnby managed to find his way back to Derceto none the wiser. At least it was one item off his list. Now he had to figure out what to do with the boiler.
Find his way back? He just kind of fell backwards and was back in the house. Alright, I guess, well, we don't know why Lottie was there, I guess. Why was she there? But, hateful mound. No dice. But now we have to talk about the boiler. Which was, find Derceto's boiler. Yeah, we came across the boiler early on, didn't we? And there was steam shooting out of it. Palette knife. Key item. Oh. Can we, like, wiggle that thing out with this?
Reflections on the Power of the Verb in Certain Texts by Juan Luis Jorge. To act is in itself divine. Even the slightest movement of our hand is evidence of our soul in motion. Yet our free will is so easily overwhelmed by the dullness of everyday life. Our actions become rote and rigid in spite of luxury and comfort. True divinity is found in the choice of leaving the stage where we all perform. People who discover this freedom unexpectedly will be struck by the terror of this revelation and become paralyzed, or worse, turn to suicide. However, if you are able to weather that storm, you will discover that there is a divine path beyond that fear. There is a chance to dismount your destiny and make something new. Something that hasn't been planned for or predestined. There is difficulty in explaining this type of acting as it transcends our everyday choices. This isn't some banal decision choosing one career over the other, or even who I should marry. Leaving the stage, no matter how, isn't a matter of course correction. It's a rejection of the story that the creator is telling.
Well, the notes that we're reading about Carnby's actions do sound like a storyteller is typing them out somewhere. And maybe Carnby wants to reject that. We will see. But looking at this book, maybe we should remember that there is something on here. There's like a little note, like a circle, and says, what does that say? The Great Library? Maybe we should remember that that's there. Okay, we got a key to the sitting room. But we got this knife, and I might assume that we can wiggle this free with it.
It's wedged shut.
There we go.
It worked.
And this is the drawing room. Barlow lens instructions.
The Barlow lens. Instructions. To double the magnification of your telescope, simply fit this Barlow lens to your instrument. Then operate the fine-tuners to adjust the distance between your lenses. This is easily done while looking through your eyepiece. Simply search for a position where your picture is clear and appears flat. When correctly tuned, your telescope should present a clear picture with magnificent magnification.
We got a telescope somewhere around? Yeah, right there.
I don't think I have everything I need.
All right, are you just telling us straight out? Maybe we'll just look at this later. The cellar key. Oh, there we go. Dog collar. It says that this unlocks the shotgun cabinet. So, can we unlock that now? Show set bonus text. The lone and the lost walk a land of fear. When there's nothing you recognize or no one to trust, you prepare for the worst. Something's coming, and you best be ready. Take the gun in the parlor. Give them hell. Alright, we found rubber stamp fountain pen dog collar, and that means we get shotgun? Look, I don't make the rules. Can we play the piano? No. Carnby's not musically inclined. Yeah, this was just open now. All right, investigate small parlors done. Yep. All right, so yeah, palette. Oh, we still have palette knife. I guess there's something else we can do with that. Then sitting room key and cellar key. Odd amount of smoke coming from past this door. What's on the other side of that? It should just be a hallway. Gulp, 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 gulp. You know, there was a lot of smoke coming from behind that door. I was kind of wondering if we would open the door and there would be an ashtray on the other side and we would suffocate to death. It did not happen. Did not happen. Still could be possible. Hasn't happened yet. But you never know. So, boiler room we've been in. Unfortunately, we do need a puzzle piece to get through that. To fix the boiler. Alright, we were here earlier, but there was a locked door here. We got a switch. Oh, there's electricity here. I can see that valve wheel. I can see it right there. And here's a switch.
It worked.
And here's that valve wheel. I can use it to adjust the flow of water and steam. Ooh, the Pregsd Shipping Company. That's a familiar name. I guess we should see. Well, it's still pink. Is there anything else in here we should be looking at? I don't see anything at the moment. So there's this thing here, but we didn't have what we needed for it. This looks like I should be able to put a valve wheel there, but there's no prompt. Is it because we're in a dark world? I mean, that steam's still going. Oh, no, I can just put it here. There we go.
Jeremy?
Oh, hey, did we find him? Is it the man himself? Hello? Oh no!
What's going on here?
Eyeballs! Ah!
Where's the body?
Turned into eyeballs. What a way to go.
It's another plate for the talisman. Like the other one, it's broken and missing some pieces.
Alright, so there's still one piece left that's needed. Well, we did... Let's see, of the keys that we have, we still have palette knife and we have sitting room key. I kind of thought that once we got that would have what we needed, but it was only one piece. It was not all the pieces.
Carnby didn't know what to make of the grotesque vision of the dead clerk. Was he dead, or was it all fiction?
It says we need to repair the decorative plate on the boiler. We do. But unfortunately... we don't have all the pieces. Did we look at this? Oh no, I guess not.
You know, Mr. Waits, I saw a piece of the plate that Liza broke. I think she's been hiding them. She's not very good at it. She just chucked it into the little room with all the tools behind the boiler. I left it there. I didn't want to embarrass her by picking it up while she was looking. We went upstairs instead and played backgammon. I let her win, because she's so unhappy. The piece looked like the one on display in Cassandra's room. You know about that one already, right? Or is your eyesight really that fuzzy? I hope you don't feel bad about your glasses. You only look stupid when you squint. Maybe if you had more eyes, you would see these things. I wish you had all the eyes you needed. Your best and favorite guest, Grace.
It's nice of you to wish that we had more eyes, because we would see better. How nice of her. But she mentions that there's a piece in Cassandra's room. I don't think we've been in there as of yet. No, okay, that's through the sitting room. Okay, so we have not been to Grace's room or Cassandra's room. All right, well, I mean, that's telling us where that last piece is.
It's wedged shut.
Oh, well, we got this.
It worked.
What's this to? I guess we weren't able to get into this one before. We all love grapes. Just a good old painting of grapes. Alright, so now this one's open.
Detective Carnby, how good of you to come. Let me pour you a drink.
What happened here? This place looks like it was hit by a bomb.
Welcome to the madhouse, Detective.
Thanks. Did the ceiling just collapse?
I heard it was something in the attic, something that was supposed to happen but didn't. How that could have such consequences is beyond me. The truth is, I don't know why the room looks like this. But I bet your friend Jeremy does.
You know where I could find him?
Oh, somewhere in his past, I suppose. He keeps going on about that mysterious dark man. I think he is hiding from him. Or maybe he's with him. I can't really keep up. I don't worry much. Take a look around this room. You may think it looks spectacularly devastated, but I just think it's finally found its stride. It fits perfectly with the state of this place and its loonies. The same goes for the nonsense with Jeremy. In my eyes, we finally managed to match the wild ride inside all of us.
Well, I'm happy you find the evening so harmonious. I hope you don't mind me setting things right. Jeremy's business, that is. This room looks beyond my capabilities.
Good luck, Detective. Hope to see you again soon.
Yeah. Evening, miss.
Something that was supposed to happen in the attic, but didn't. You know, the attic was the first place we went to in the original game. We have not been there yet.
Ruth seemed like a handful. Her talk about Jeremy and the Dark Man made it sound like she might know something of importance. But ultimately, it felt like a dead end.
Well, we did get a drink out of it. There's that. All right, so this is the mezzanine.
Can I get some more of that whiskey?
Go ahead, Detective. I don't think I can stomach any more anyway.
All right, let's just take the whole bottle if you don't mind. All right, well, Carnby, attempting to fix the decorative plate on the boiler, as a surprising amount of things in this house come equipped with broken decorative plates. And we haven't finished chapter 2 yet, but considering the time, I am going to have to say good night. Carnby is continuing to try to find Jeremy. He was unable to find him in that mound. He searched every inch of that mound, and Jeremy wasn't there. And it was just apparently all a waste of time, though Lottie was there. We've been unlocking more doors, opening more passages, and as of now, I guess, well, right now we're in the mezzanine that we haven't been to before. It looks like that we could get to a stairwell, but I think like probably the next place we would be going to is unlocking that sitting room, because Grace's room and Cassandra's room are connected to that. And Cassandra supposedly has a piece of the boiler plate, so we could get that, arrange that as it would be in Jeremy's book. And I can only assume that when we do that, we're going to get transported somewhere else. Maybe wherever we get transported is where Jeremy went. Maybe that's where we'll find him as we continue on in chapter 2 in Alone in the Dark. And I'm enjoying it so far, but, you know, I'm just going to say David Harbour is playing the character as just a real, like, normal guy, as opposed to the more eccentric characters that we've encountered. Like, in that one conversation, he's just like, I'm our show. Give me a drink. I like a drink. I'm not looking for Jeremy. It's just real kind of mumbly and muffled a little bit. But of course, Carnby, the only thing he cares about is getting his drink, of course. The reptile continues the investigation. We have not seen much of Emily. I mean, of course, if we were playing as Emily, I'm sure it would be the other way around. What has she been up to as we've been doing this? I mean, I guess next time we see her, we'll find out if she's actually encountered any supernatural elements, or maybe everything has just been very mundane for her, and she'll encounter Carnby and says, I don't know what you're talking about. Monsters. Transported to other dimensions. What are you even saying, Carnby? He doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's saying. But I know that we'll come back to continue looking for Jeremy Hartwood. You know, it's funny when you look at Carnby's original model, and, like, the bridge of his nose goes all the way up to his hairline. That's a hell of a prominent, distinguished nose. We'll continue on with Alone in the Dark.